So first is thumbnail.
Yes!
So what should we do for...
I have no idea. I can put this back.
Oh my god. You can hold Nala. But if you want to put her back, go ahead.
No,
I have
like
no problem with
now.
you holding her. I think she's the one, yeah, she's got a magnet in her nose to kiss Simba.
Yeah, they did the kiss thing?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It is cute.
Dude.
Oh, can't even see it.
Here, I'll bring his mouth.
No, there you go. That was good.
Dude. Ta-da!
Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess, and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I have Bree.
Yay!
She's back. And we are going to talk about Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. Fire movie.
Yes.
So good.
Amazing.
Bree has opted out of doing the, description-y stuff, so we're going to go to me alone for that. Boom. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey is a 1993 theatrical release. It's directed by Duwayne Dunham. Cinematography by Reed Smoot, editing by Jonathan P. Shaw, music by Bruce Broughton, and it's written by Caroline Thompson and Linda Woolverton. Duwayne Dunham is best known for Twin Peaks, Empire Strikes Back, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Return of the Jedi. Reed Smoot I covered in the video about Lots of Luck. The link will be in the description. Jonathan P. Shaw is best known for Virtuosity, Blue Velvet, Jaws 3D, and this. Bruce Broughton I covered in the video about The Thanksgiving Promise. The link will be in the description. Caroline Thompson is best known for Edward Scissorhands, The Addams Family, Corpse Bride, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. Linda Woolverton I covered in the video about Beauty and the Beast. The link will be in the description. The film is based off a book called The Incredible Journey by Sheila Burnford, released in 1961. Disney has already done a movie called The Incredible Journey. Brie and I covered it, gotta be a couple years ago. Brie's hair was mega short, and the camera quality was horrible, but it was funny. It was a funny video. Lots of bloopers, which is always good. But it will be linked in the description because this is is this the first remake that Disney's done of its own movie? That can't be true. Is it? Y'all. No. Right? I'm gonna have to look, aren't I? I really am. I'm gonna have to look. Anyway, I couldn't find a real plot summary, a nice one, so I'm sure there is one. I didn't look that hard, I'm sorry, okay? I normally just go by the Wikipedia one. Come for me if you want, but basically, the plot summary I did find was the dogs are left with a different family while the hunters go on some kind of trip, and they get real sad. So, the dogs and cat. So they try to find home and travel over 300 miles and come across a lot of different obstacles along the way. The original movie that Brie and I watched, I do remember reading that one was a lot more faithful to the book. It was pretty much the book verbatim, I'm pretty sure. So that one, that movie, if you're trying to go for the book, I'm pretty sure is much more faithful to the book than this one. The film stars Michael J. Fox, Sally Field, Don Ameche. I literally looked up how to pronounce this, and there were 300 million ways to pronounce it. Ameche, 1,000. It just depends. So, Don Ameche is what I'm going with. Benji Thal, Veronica Lauren, Kevin Chevalier, Robert Hayes, and Kim Greist. Michael J. Fox plays Chance, and I covered him in the video about Midnight Madness. The link will be in the description. Sally Field plays Sassy, and she's best known for Forrest Gump, Steel Magnolias, Lincoln, and Smokey and the Bandit. It's Sally freaking Field, okay? Donna Meche plays Shadow, and is best known for Cocoon, Trading Places, Coming to America, and this. Benji Thal plays Peter, and is best known for Penny, Tron Legacy, and both this and its sequel. Veronica Lauren plays Hope and is best known for Forever Young, American Pie, Days of Our Lives, and this. Kevin Chevalier plays Jamie and is best known for Folks, Johnny Dodgeball, and this and its sequel. Robert Hayes plays Bob, and I covered him in the video about Trenchcoat. The link will be in the description. Kim Greist plays Laura and is best known for Brazil, Manhunter, Throw Mama from the Train, and this. The film made $41.8 million. It's dedicated to Franklin R. Levy, who died during production. Ebert really loved this movie. He said it had a charm that adults adults will end up loving it just as much as children. People all agreed very positively on the film. It's got an 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. They said the remake captured the essence of the original stories so well and then improved upon it. That's it. Back to Brie. What do you think about Homeward Bound?
I love this movie. I always have. Oh man, what do I even say about it? It's always super emotional, and I think it's just one of those really, really well done family movies that you can't stop appreciating when you get older. Like, it doesn't feel too childish. Like, I think anyone that hadn't watched it when they were younger and watched it now for the first time as an adult would still love it.
Yeah. Well, you don't know, Roger Ebert, the famous, like, film critic guy back, when he rated it, he said it's so, like, magical and lovely that the adults will find themselves liking it just as much as the children, and you just said that pretty much. So that's cool. Don Ameche, or Ameche, we don't know how to say his last name. I looked it up and there were 3,000 different pronunciations. Is the voice of Shadow, and the casting in this movie, so good.
It was amazing.
No, you change Shadow's voice, you change the entire, like, it's not as emotional, it's not as impactful. And then, like, Sally Fields is sassy. Sally Field as sassy.
Wait. What else? She's been in other stuff.
Sally Field.
I should watch the
Steel
beginning
Magnolias.
of this video.
Steel Magnolias. Yeah, you obviously haven't watched it yet because we're filming it.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
Yes.
Until literally today, I thought that Liam Neeson was Shadow, just from, like, memory, and then I was sitting there going, you know, I don't think this is Liam Neeson anymore.
No. Don Ameche, he was like 80-something when he recorded the dialogue for Shadow, which is why it's just like
so wise and
perfect. And yeah, he passes away between this one and the second one, so he's not Shadow in the second one. This is the movie I'm most proud of in the fact that it doesn't make the animals' mouths move.
Yes! Honestly, that was like going forward, even before, you know, either of us were into film and, like, into doing any of that. I remember just in high school being like, why are they animating the mouths? You don't need it. Like, you don't need, it's just silly, and it kind of ruins the magic of it.
I 100% agree. Anytime I would, like, Cats versus Dogs, when I was really young and it was like Cats versus Dogs, that movie came out, I can't remember the movie at all. I just remember
I was scared of it.
The animals' mouths moved, and I was like, why are they doing this? Because I watched Homeward Bound so much. I was like, Homeward Bound was so effective.
You knew each character voice was very unique, and you knew who was talking. So you
establish whose voice match is for who, and then everyone's smart enough to understand that that's character's voice.
Exactly.
And I tried to pay extra attention this time when I was watching with you to see if they showed the character every time they were speaking, and they don't.
They don't.
Which means
you still know.
People are smart enough to know who is speaking at that point.
Like in all the establishing shots, or when they're running away for stuff, the little banter and, like, probably not exactly ad-libbed, but the little banter of them running. It's like, it fits perfectly because you're like, well, they're still, like, especially when after they, Chance and Shadow beat the mountain cat, or the mountain lion.
Yeah.
And they're just joking, and the dog's like, you know, Chance is like running into
like,
him.
Playing.
And it's like,
you can
appreciate.
tell who's talking. Like,
exactly.
So we are big. Don't make the mouths move.
It doesn't.
I'm also noticing more and more in newer films that are coming out with like I don't know if you've seen a trailer for like Togo, or there's another Disney Plus movie coming out with Harrison Ford, and his main co-star is a dog. It is a completely CGI dog.
Yes,
and it is so obvious. And I'm like, hey, I get there's a lot of like backlash about like animal cruelty on set, but like, only change to a digital dog if the situation's going to be dangerous to the real dog. Then use a real dog the whole time. Like, I get it. People don't want to work with animals because it's a lot of work, but, like,
it'll pay off.
I love this movie. I cry 1,000 times watching it. I got teary while Brie was here. One tear fell during the shadow scene.
I mean...
But without you, I cry at least 3 times. Like, it's like, stay. Sassy. And then Shadow. And then Shadow. And then, all the way through to the reunion.
Right.
So it's just like... But with you, I just got teary, obviously.
I know. Normally I do. I think too. I was like, oh no, I put makeup on, so like I should
hold it in.
just like don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
But no, every time. And the reunion this time too, I got really choked up when Shadow and Chance reunited with Sassy.
Same. I always get choked up there.
My boys.
And well, I just love the pause, and she meows, and he goes, Sassy?
Uh-huh.
He's like, because he recognizes the meow, and you're like, and they love each other, and I love that. And even Chance is like, freaking Sassy. Yes, I didn't want you to die, man.
We are here for the like begrudging friendship that blossoms into an actual friendship between Chance and Sassy.
Yes. We all hate this scene where it's like they just miss each other. The pets go into the forest, and the family comes around in their car. And I was like, we all hate it, but that moment in the story makes the end such a bigger payoff. It makes you that much more like, finally,
have to do
yes, like they did it. And then like on top of that, Shadow actually being alive is a bigger payoff. Like they really built up that payoff. I think they did a good job.
And it wasn't cheap in any way of like, oh, psych, we did this. It was just like
they literally left you with, you don't know if you're
exactly.
gonna find
Is he
out.
gonna get up? Does Chance motivate him and help him get up? Like
Yeah.
how's it gonna be?
Do you remember the first time you saw this movie?
I don't remember. Like I remember bits and pieces of like feeling it because I was really little. I don't know how old, but I remember I lost it. Like I was sitting there in the I'm pretty sure it was the living room of my house, and I was just crying because I'm like, they killed the kitty. And I thought it was a lot later in the movie because I've seen it a couple times over the years. But I thought the scene with the waterfall was so much later. And I also thought that they were separated for a lot longer. Like, it felt like that when I was little.
Yeah.
But I just remember I was crying a lot when I thought Sassy died. And then I was so happy. And then I enjoyed the movie. And I remember crying, of course, at the end, too. Being like, oh, Shadow. And then, like, oh, he's okay. And they all made it back. But I do remember loving it. And then, like, watching the second one, I don't remember that one as much.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like I have to have seen it. I don't remember the first time I watched Homeward Bound. I don't, like, I must have, I mean, it came out the year I was born, so and Eric probably loved it, and Eric was 7 when I was born, so he was prime age for it. So I'm sure it was just a frequenter at our house that I have no recollection of the first time I saw it. But I definitely know I loved it, because I was like, Shadow, Chance, Sassy, like, I'm all about.
I do love how, like, each character has sort of like a primary trait of their personality, you know, like Shadow's the wise one, Sassy is the sassy one, Chance is the rambunctious one, but then they each have like that secondary trait that grows throughout the film, like especially with Chance of the his whole arc of like learning to have a family and like learning how to love and like have companionship with anyone, and then you know, Sassy, I mean, her and Shadow already had the bond, and
I know.
then with that.
Shadow and Sassy's bond is my fave in the world.
When she just like stands up to be like, "Hey, I'm back.
When
I'm
she's
alive."
like totally like dead in the eyes, and she's going, Shadow. I'm like, I can't deal with that. And while he's standing up there, like, I'll miss you, Sassy. Like, oh,
the lighting in that scene,
the lighting throughout the whole the cinematography and the music. And the writing. So good.
Now
Birdie
that I'm
was like
old
that.
enough to appreciate it, though, like the amount of training and coaching that had to go into
The dogs.
like the dogs and the cat of like, okay, this is how we're gonna, because you're watching there going like, and with the voice acting, you really start going, oh, these are characters, and they're like, you know, the director's having a conversation about it, and you're like, they're animals. They actually have no idea what's going on, but like it's presented so well in a way that you start pretending like, oh no, these are real characters, these are really thinking that, this is like, an editing phenomenally done, where it's like, it's just enough that like you don't see like the dog stopping on its mark or like anything.
And they did a great job of like the director and cinematographer deciding to do point of view shots to avoid having to have even more shots of the animals was incredible. Like the mountain lion even has a point of view shot.
Yes.
Like, where a lot of the point of view shots are from Chance's point of view, because he's the one narrating the story. So, like, there isn't a point of view shot from Shadow's perspective, I don't think, ever.
No, I think it's
and
mostly
I don't think Sassy has one either. I think it's all Chance and then the mountain lion. And, I think Sassy or Shadow might have one.
Yeah, I think
maybe when Sassy's with
at the pound and
Us, both of us.
We're
The
like,
pound,
I
yeah.
think so.
But it was a great idea to use those, because POV shots are like, they can be
Make or break.
Make or break. They
And
can be
so
like, yo, that's real cheese. I don't like that at all. Or they can be like, oh, I feel like I'm really at the point of view.
I'm sorry, I forgot to turn it off. Or turn it down. Oh no!
POV shots are either like make or break.
Exactly.
Pretty much. And I think they did an excellent job of when, well, and that's an editor's decision about when to use it and if it'll work and all that. I agree about the editing.
I feel like a lot of this movie was about taking things that normally are a big no-no, like point of view shots and voiceover narration.
Oh, yeah.
And then obviously kids and animals.
Mm-hmm. And knocked it out of the park.
Indeed. I was gonna say how it was super interesting this time. I finally realized that it was their stepdad.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
when I was younger, I just didn't pick up on it, I guess. And
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I watched it and if I was old enough where I did pick up on that. I just remember it being a family that had to go away for some reason.
Yeah.
But this time it was nice seeing, like, realizing that and being like, okay, the steps that he's trying to take of, like, well, this job is important, but, like, this is my new family, and these pets
and I care
are
about
part
these
of
kids,
these new
and,
family.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
Yeah. I think I did know he was a stepdad, and I wonder if it's because I had a stepdad.
I was thinking
Well,
that. I was...
He wasn't married in yet, but he's my stepdad.
You had the situation
I
that
had
was
the
similar,
situation,
where...
which would make me very aware and make me be like, that's like me. Like, I have a step, which is interesting.
When they were hearing the dog barks, I was just remembering, I was like, oh, Daisy, when we were looking for her when she was lost. And I was like,
oh yeah! You've actually been through losing a pet.
Yes.
And finding said pet.
Exactly. It was only like 2 days, but I just remember like coming through the trees and hearing a bark and being like, oh my gosh. And us being like, we hear a dog barking around here, and then just seeing her and she's all dirty and like super hungry. So
And
you're
super
just like,
scared.
"Aw," and really scared, but
Poor Daisy. But she's home and she's safe and she's beautiful and we love Daisy. You've seen her in vlogs. This film is written by 2 women. It is adapted by 2 women, Caroline Thompson and Linda Woolverton, who I've already said, and I've also already said what they have done in the past. Wow. I'm pretty sure the original book is written by a woman.
Yeah, I
so
think
that's
in the
awesome
credits.
that they had 2 women come in and adapt it. And
done.
obviously, super success. So,
they know what's up.
just saying. What would you rate the film?
10.
10 what?
10 fishes out of...
Fishes? Because of the fish scene? Where'd you get your fish, Shadow? Sassy. It's the best.
That's the first thing I thought of. Well, what else could we use
I
as
don't know.
a rating?
Pets?
Pets.
Dogs? Cats?
But then you'd have to pick one or the other.
Well, you could do cats.
I
or
could do 10
dogs.
cats out of... All right, 10 cats out of 10.
Yeah, my final rating is 8 dogs out of 10.
I don't have
I'm happy
any
you gave
official
it 10.
rating.
That's so exciting.
I have no official
Yeah,
rating,
because it's like
so
all broken down and crap.
I'm more of a... Well, I feel like even if you were like, okay, this, I'm like, wow, it's all great. It's a 10.
yeah. I mean, it's a really good movie.
It is.
I mean,
if
I
you
cry
haven't
all
watched
the
it,
time.
what's wrong with
Oh
you?
my gosh, go see it. Also, if you don't know what it's about, what are you doing? I probably should have told you what it's about.
Oh,
It's about
spoilers.
3 pets who try to get back home. That's all you really need to know. Yeah,
They're
okay,
on a little
so.
adventure of heart and family and love.
Yes. 8 dogs out of 10.
10
cats out of 10. Our total movie count is.
Ding!
Parent death toll is still the same, but our cry count is. Yes!
I know.
Follow Brie on Instagram.
Woo! I don't post a ton, but when I do, you can enjoy them.
Yes, she's beautiful. We love what you post. That's why we have to do another photo shoot.
Yes!
You can post it on your Instagram.
Can now.
If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on Instagram or Twitter. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put up videos every Monday and Friday and sometimes Wednesday. Join my Patreon, buy test merch, all the things, okay? Thanks for being here.
Thank
Again.
you.
You
I
need to
know,
come
I'm so
back.
excited. Yes, we gotta do Homeward Bound 2.
Yeah.
I think it's, Lost in San Francisco.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
pretty
that's
sure
what it's
is the
called. I think
name.
you're right.
So,
Yes.
stick around
Gotta
and
come back.
subscribe.
Until next
Smash
time.
that like
Smash
button.
that in your paw.
I am.
Until next time, comment, like, subscribe, and I'm not sure if you are, so you do, and don't be the pound guy about it.
Yeah, I was like,
Because he's like an
Thunderbutt or what?
Thunderbutt, yeah. Tubby. I'll take Tubbo
Tubby.
or whatever. Not on
She
your
has,
life,
like,
chubby.
15 different insults that
Sally
she throws
Field,
at me.
amazing. Don't be him.
And they're bad at their job.
Yeah, 100% terrible at their job.
They had them for like 15 minutes, and they're like, oops,
And
darn.
somehow can keep all those other animals that definitely have put up fights. Like, okay,
Bye.
well, bye.